thank my spiritual for this opportunity. So my first testimony is, since I came to Abeokuta, I've not gone home for like 2 years and all that. And I had to go home like some weeks back. And when I went home, the place we were staying before, we moved out of that place. It was a very small space. So I've been praying that God should actually like help us to move to a bigger space. And when we were looking for the space, I was not around. It was my sister that did all the workings and everything. So we're buying stuff in the house, but I've not seen everything that they are buying. But lo and behold, when I got to the house, like I look at everywhere, and I was like, God, I could not believe that this is our space. I was like, so we now have this. So we now have this, so we now have this, so we now have this. And when my dad came in and he was like, my son, how are you? I was like, daddy, how are you? Sit down, sit down, sit down. I was like, this is you. For how many years I've not seen you? So I was like, this is me, happy that I'm at home now. He said, he's happy. So I sat down in the parlor and I was just reflecting on how I left the house and how I met the house. And I just want to thank God for everything. Now, this is the big testimony. May Night of Wonders. After that Night of Wonders, the next day was 1st of April. When I got home, my neighbor came in the morning and knocked at my door, and she was like, the landlord said I should give you this receipt. I was like, receipt for what? So I opened the letter. It was an eviction notice. So I was like, eviction notice for what? When I was in any house I stay, nobody knows if I live there because I don't come outside. I only go out for anything and I come back inside. So I was like, did anybody fight? They said no. Did anybody mention my name for anything? They said no. Because in that my place, the fact that I don't come out, they are always talking about me that, this boy, this boy, do you? So I would just be laughing and all that. So I was like, they don't go say something when I know do. So I was like, what happened? Nobody said anything. So the following Sunday, I brought the letter to church and I just placed it on the altar, and I was like, God, I went for Night of Wonder, so I cannot come back home and see another wonder. So I was like, God, this one is for you. And to be honest, I have been actually saving up for the rent, but I had to use the money for something. So that period, I didn't have any money to like look for any space and anything. And the eviction notice was just like 3 months, which is supposed to end like this month. So I was not praying like, God, how will I get this money? The money that I've gathered for rent, I've already spent it on some other stuff. So I just started praying. Then lo and behold, I just reached out to a friend that this was happening. At this point, I don't really have this money at this time. Can you borrow me this amount of money now and pay back? And the friend was like, this period, money no deal. I was like, I understand. So before you know it, I just dropped my phone. And I think the next day or so, somebody just reached out to me and be like, bro, I want to send a birthday gift to 3 of my friends. And I need like 3 different watches. And I was like, 3 different watches? I was like, bros, I did. So which one of them do you need? He said, just send me samples. And I just sent samples. And the wristwatches they pick are not like 50,000. And I was just like, 3 of them. And this money is even more than my rent, like times 3 of the rent. So I was just like, God, shit, now so you they walk. I was just looking at the ceiling like, seriously. Then I just like, okay, bro, this is it. I was like, are you sure? Can't you reduce the money? I was like, no, this dollar has gone up and all that. So he was like, okay, don't worry. Just give me a few minutes, I will send the money. And before you know, the money just came. And I was like,